Hi, I'm Charity, and I'm back with Jack Schreitmiller today. Jack, we have another great question from your audience. Someone writes in, the job market is really tough. In fact, it's terrifying. What advice do you have for a professional going through a tough transition?
Well, first, you're right, because terrifying is a fairly accurate description, at least for a lot of people and a lot of people we've worked with. And that goes from fairly junior executives and advisors to senior executives, because it can be terrifying out there today. But the reality of it is it does not have to be terrifying. Probably the biggest piece of advice that I can pass along, and it kind of goes back to some of our original conversations that we had, Charity, where I talk about you have to start at the beginning. And starting at the beginning, certainly with an executive or a professional who's in a transition situation, is we have to know who he or she is authentically. And you hear me use that word a lot, authentically. When we know who the person is authentically, we're able to get them into a place where they begin to think about how they're approaching the marketplace from what I call a mindset orientation. In approaching a difficult employment environment like we have today, and it's very difficult, part of that's real, and part of it is pervasive psychologically because we talk about it all the time. The people who tend to do the best, regardless of industry, regardless of functionality, in a difficult marketplace, or even I've seen it in very, very good economic conditions, the dynamic remains the same. When you're approaching the marketplace from what I call an owner mindset, you're thinking like an owner, you're acting like an owner, you're behaving like an owner. Whether or not you're going to own a business, you're going to start your own company, or you're approaching the market looking for employment with an organization, the people who land the quickest tend to have the best duration, tend to have the best promotability, and when a transition does come up, they tend to land the quickest again next time, are the ones who are thinking and acting like owners. How do you end up thinking and acting like an owner as opposed to the other side of the spectrum, which is what I call an employee mindset? Employee mindset people are looking for a paycheck, looking for security, looking for continuity. What they want and what they're seeking is a job. I call them jobs.
Jobs.
I've had a lot of people come out and just say, Jack, I don't really care what it is. I need money, I want money, I need a job. I'm not interested in all of this other stuff. I'm not going to sit and lie to somebody and tell them, oh, I really want to count peanuts with your company. I just want a job. That's disaster in the making. Because organizations do not want to hire people who just want a job. They want to hire people who are very authentically aligned with the industry that they're in. They want to be in it. They're students of it. They've studied it, whether they have experience in it or not. They're conveying a story that sounds like an owner. I'm in the executive coaching and trusted advisory business because I love it. I feel special every day. I can't believe I get to sit in a room and people share their secrets with me and their goals and their dreams, and we get to counsel them and advise them. There's days I walk out here and I think, boy, this is terrific.
Yeah.
That's authentic alignment, as opposed to, oh my God, I'm glad the day is finally over. It doesn't mean we're ever glad the day is over, but you know what? It's, oh God, I made it through another day. I don't know why I do this. I know why I do it. I need the paycheck, blah, blah, blah. So I got to wake up for another day of misery tomorrow. That's inauthentic alignment. That's what I call inauthentic deployment. When we approach the marketplace from a position of an owner mindset, it's not just a paycheck I'm seeking. I want to be part of this. I'm going to act and behave like I would if I owned the company. Those people are more readily employable. If they're in their own company, they're much more likely to get the clients they want because that message is conveyed to other people. They can see it, they can sense it, they can feel it, as opposed to, I want a job, I need a job, do you have a job for me?
Makes great sense.